Hello everyone, today is March 26th, 2026. Lately there's a Chinese high school teacher who is going viral. His name is Jiang, Jiang. He's got a YouTube channel that just blew up called the Predictive History. I watched some of his videos last year when it was still a relatively unknown channel. And in 2024, he predicted that Trump was going to win the second presidency, and he almost predicted that J.D. Vance would become Trump's running mate. Eventually, he said, it's between J.D. Vance and Nikki Haley. So that's amazing, because nobody thought J.D. Vance was even on the radar before Trump picked him. Um, and Professor Jiang also predicted that America and Israel together will bomb Iran, and when the aerial bombings not be able to overthrow the IRGC regime, America and Israel will put boots on the ground, and that in turn will become, Iran is going to turn out to be another quagmire for the U.S., like Iraq did in 2003. So this guy has been, spot on for the past few predictions, at least for the past 3 or 4 years. And because of that, everybody is thinking, oh, he must be right when it comes to his prediction of the imminent ground invasion. And people say, U.S. is going to send the ground troops, and they're going to suffer a lot of casualties, and Iran is going to defeat America because of the upcoming failed ground invasion, like what U.S. had suffered in Iraq in the 20 years after 9/11. Um, I personally don't think so. I believe once the special forces and the tier one um, military groups are sent into Iran, the ground invasion is going to be very short and effective, very similar to what happened to Venezuela. Except the mission this time is not to capture a dictator, but to annihilate these IRGC thugs and Basij thugs within Iran and liberate the Iranian people. But what do I know? I didn't make predictions that came true like Professor Jiang did. Actually, he is not a professor. I don't think he has a PhD, but he was lovingly called the professor by the netizens. Um, but I believe the war is coming to an end. Maybe within the next 2 to 3 weeks, we should see the IRGC just completely annihilated. But right now, this high school teacher, because of the successful predictions he's been making, I would not be surprised. His videos are being seen by the IRGC members right now within the regime, and they're saying to each other, "Hey, look, this guy has predicted that we were going to triumph in the upcoming ground war. So let the Americans send their troops. We're going to win in the end," and that's going to lull them into the false sense of comfort. Right now, the IRGC had a perfect window to negotiate a peace deal for themselves, but they choose not to, and they'll end up keep fighting and getting annihilated by the U.S. ground forces. So that's just well arranged. It's going to be exhilarating, justice served for the tens of thousands of Iranians who got killed in the last 2 3 months alone, and probably millions of Iranian people who got killed by this evil regime over the past 47 years. But I'm surprised to see that there's not a token named Jiang um, blow up yet. I checked on CMC. I saw there were a couple tokens try to capture this craze, but you know, they were probably ran by kids on pump.fun, so it just it went nowhere. Um, Really, you know, if there's a team out there willing to capture this, because from what I hear, the latest news is that Jiang is like people who kind of like follow him. They're trying to create some kind of cult, you know, to make him this cult leader. You know, so I'm sure that if there's a token named Jiang, and if we promote to this particular group, this token has a chance of blow up. So if anybody who's interested, you know, to take on such endeavor, I'm very open to collaboration in that front. I'm still committed to Wojak, but in the short term, you know, I think if there are opportunities like this, I don't mind putting part of my energy and time into a project like this, just to capture the internet craze surrounding this guy. That's all I have today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next video.